Are we live?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the workshop. I'm Amanda, in case you don't know. It is Sunday Funday, and Chase is here, but he is behind the scenes right now doing the camera. So he's gonna, pause.
NHP joined.
Oh, awesome.
Or Nick.
Welcome, Nick. Can you do the screen record, Chase, real quick? He is going to be watching the messages in case somebody has something to say or they want to share anything. So a little bit about today's session. What's that?
Freddie's Tiny Design said hello from Norway.
Hi, from Norway. Awesome. And I think Nick is joining us from England. If you guys want to give your first names and where you're from, that's awesome. Everyone loves to see it. We're in Florida, USA. And it's lovely here. So hold on 2 seconds. I'm going to turn off the fan. Sorry, I forgot that it has background noise. We are in my garage. That is where my workshop is. So even though it is November, 6th? 7th? 6th. No, 7th. No, I don't know. It's one of the 6th. Okay. Even though it's early November, it is still super hot here. So we usually have the fan on. Funny enough, it won't get cold until January, and then we'll be still wearing shorts. But anyways, I digress. Okay, so a little bit about today's session. It's informal, as if you couldn't tell. I do have a couple things I want to show you, some tips and tricks, just miscellaneous things. And then I want to show you a dollhouse that I have had for a long time, and it's still in kind of rough condition. And I want to get your opinion on what room to tackle next. Now, I know the next holiday coming up is Thanksgiving, but usually I'm one of those people that's a stickler for you have to, celebrate Thanksgiving before you can celebrate Christmas, but I really kind of just want to forget about that. And Chase and I were joking yesterday that we're calling it No Thank You Thanksgiving, which is so bad because we are very grateful people. We do gratitude journals, we do I am statements, we're big on that. But dollhouse wise, we're going to kind of skip over Thanksgiving so that we can jump right into holiday decorating and get our houses ready. So I digress. We'll move into that. But first, let me show you a couple of fun things that you might not be aware of. One thing I want to talk about is storage. So can you guys see this here? We had to pack away the Halloween stuff, obviously, because Halloween is over. And I had a super easy and inexpensive way to store your miniatures. So I don't like to throw out a lot of things, and I love recycling. So this is a very inexpensive way to reduce, reuse, and recycle. So this is a container that I got when I was buying a lot of salads, and it works awesome for miniature storage. You can see through it. It's pretty large, and in here we've got just miscellaneous things. It's great because then you can tell what you have in there when you put it on the wall, and plus it's free because I ate the salad and now I have some storage. This is also, if you couldn't tell, an egg crate. So this works out great. Now, egg crates are so wonderful. You can either get the ones that are made out of the paper, and that you can make stone walls or bricks out of, which is what we did for that backyard. But this one obviously is plastic, and it has 2 internal storage containers. So this works out really great to keep your miniatures. So this is all the Halloween themed ones, and you can keep them separated and secure. And then all of that, you can see what you have. It's safe. I mean, I shouldn't probably shake it, but you could. And then that just fits into here. So that was pretty awesome. So that's an inexpensive way to store your miniatures for next season. Just a little tip. Okay, next.
Comment.
Yes.
Egg crates are great for mixing paint in.
Oh, that's really smart. I didn't think about that. Thank you. Who said that comment?
NHP.
Oh, okay, Nick.
Or
Awesome.
Nick. Oh
Thank you, Nick. That is great advice. Yeah, you could do that, and you could store them that way too, right? Like then you'd have your custom colors already mixed. So yeah, I've got a whole bunch. Sometimes you don't know what to do with them, but love to have it.
Another one.
Oh, we got another comment. Okay.
Freddie's tiny design interior architect full scale for work. So shoot.
Interior architect for scale. That's right. Okay, so another thing, speaking of interior architecture, I want to show you some fun interior finishes that you guys could also use for miniatures. So first up, which I'm super excited about, I shouldn't say every Friday, but a lot of Fridays we have vendors come in and do vendor presentations where they usually bring us breakfast, which is awesome, and then we get to see the latest and greatest of what is on the market for them. A couple weeks ago, we had Jeffrey Michaels in, and they rep Innovations. Innovations is a really great wallpaper company, and they have a bunch of beautiful things, but one thing that I loved was this wallpaper. It's actually a cork wallpaper. I don't know if you can see here, but the scale is perfect for miniatures. It's a teeny tiny chevron. This one looks like it's kind of like whitewashed, and I might use this in the dollhouse if you guys like it. I've got a couple ideas, but I just thought this was amazing. So they've got it in this color, which bracken. It's kind of a weird name. And then they got it in this like dark, what is this? Dark brown with gold. That one's called cinnamon. Then this is like another charcoal color with gray, metallic, blue star. Oh, it's blue. I can't tell. The lighting is not so great. Sorry, guys. Is the lighting look okay on the air?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, all right. So it's hard for me to kind of see. Usually I have this overhead light on. The lighting is much to be desired in the garage because I only have so many things I can do. I have two outlets, and then I have one garage overhead light, which is just, when the garage door opens, and then one in the back by the washer and dryer. So I'm always trying to figure out ways to get more lighting in here. So I apologize. One day when I have a bigger studio. Okay, so this one's like a green one. This is called Holly. That is appropriate for the season. This is more of like a brown kind of color called Alpine. And then this is like a kind of grayish kind of tone, Silver Fern. So those are really great. And the texture is really nice. It does feel corky because it is made out of cork. And then it's got that metallic kind of. So that was one thing that I loved. Wanted to show you. Another thing, we had talked about tambour before, and I got some actual samples of tambour, so I wanted to show you guys in true scale what this is even like. These were from Surfacing Solutions. They are awesome. They have a whole CEU class that you can take if you want to learn more about it. They've been so helpful, so sweet. They're out of Minnesota, but they ship everywhere. So they have this beautiful like insert. We can see couple different examples of tambour, and then how these are all the different profiles that you can get. Some are veneers. Oh, sorry, it's open. So many options. Ta-da! These are all the wood options, and then these are the veneer options, the solid wood, options. So there's more profile options for solid wood than there are for the veneer, obviously, because you can do more with solid wood. So this is one that is awesome. This is on maple, and it's slippery. No, I'm just kidding. So it's like a half circle, but it's pretty thick. I forget, it doesn't say what size this one is, but it's probably like a half-inch half circle. They completely range. This one is a veneer. It's a little bit thinner. See that this profile is more, I forget what they said this was called exactly, because the profiles are all just names here, but they had a certain name that they called this one. It wasn't just a number. But this one's cool. This is called Gray Stain. They had some exotic woods, like Purple Heart, which I think this is supposed to be Purple Heart, but it just says Gray Stained. But I did request a Purple Heart, and I didn't see it in here, so I think maybe this is it. Maybe it's labeled wrong. This is another one. This is on Red Oak, and this is a solid wood, but this is more like a diamond pattern. Another veneer, flatter. They also have it with like a metal veneer. So completely different like sizes and scales. What's great about tambour is that it can bend to go around columns or walls. If your walls have a curve in it, you can put it on cabinetry, you can put it on doors, you can put it directly on walls. So instead of doing like wallpaper, it's a great way to add architectural interest and a warm wood element and just do something a little bit different. You can paint it, you can stain it, anything you want, horizontal, vertical. They can actually make it up to, I think he said like 12-foot panels in some of them. And then they're usually sold in like 1x4-inch panels, I want to say. I don't have all that information in front of me, obviously, but they can pretty much do whatever you want to do to a degree. So you will have to have seams depending on how high your ceilings are, but you could do like a schluter, which is like a metal capping that you do usually on tile if tile has an unfinished edge, or you could do a reveal, which is basically a gap between two materials, and make it look intentional. So just to show you a couple things. This one's really cool. This is like a convex flute, and then this is the half circle again, but in a large size. This one's a little bit of both. It's got like a straight edge with a, this is more of a circle. This is probably like a 3/4 circle. But they're all just so cool. I just love them. So I'm going to be using them, hopefully, if the clients go for it, on a living room wall on either side of a fireplace at one client's house. Then I'm also proposing it in a foyer niche at another client's house. And then hopefully on her bar cabinetry, we can work it in there. And I just think it would be super cool. So I wanted you guys to see what those look like in person, so you can kind of get a better feel for it than just images. These are some more too. Straight. Oh, we have a comment. Yes.
Freddie's Chinese design. You guys get so much cool stuff in the U.S.
We do. I'm sure you guys can get it too. I'm sure there's somebody that can make it because it's just made out of solid wood or veneer. So there's got to be somebody that could like plane it. You know, this one is a very straight kind of design. So if you had like a 1x1 and then you had like a flat piece of wood, like a 1/4x1, you could make something like this very simply. So just a couple ideas. And they ship all around. I don't know if they ship all the way to you, but you could reach out and ask them. Okay, so that is a couple of housekeeping things just to inspire you for your next project. And now we're going to move to the dollhouse. Okay, Chase, do you want to turn us?
Yep.
Dun, 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 and I'm going to turn the house. So I actually got a turntable this weekend. What? No, not that way.
Okay.
No. Turn this, remember? We're going to turn this.
Okay, yeah.
Is that good?
Yep.
Okay.
And
Chase is going to work the camera and zoom in and out to the different rooms. But a little bit about this house. So I actually got this house when Chase was in diapers, and he just turned 11 and is working the camera, so obviously it was a while ago, and it was already built. It is actually a celerity, something like that. They're not in business anymore, kit, and it's supposed to be kind of like a Swiss chalet. So it's an interesting little house. Let me turn you around to the front. Now, granted, it's kind of an ugly duckling right now, so just so you have an overall view of what this house looks like. So it's supposed to have like tons of trim on it and tons of posts and lots of like exterior details, but I've kind of stripped it down a little bit. And I was going to do, originally the windows were a honey color like this. These were the windows. They're very basic, very simple, and I thought that I would love to do on black. I did one, and I was like, that's amazing, I'm going to do it. So I painted all of them, and then I hated it. So now I'm going to purchase these ones, which are from Hobby Lobby, I want to say. And it's got way more detail, and stain them all natural again, and I'm going to have to unfortunately rip off the shutters and redo them. Yes, comment.
Two actually. Freddie's Tiny Design said, yeah, the whole country has like 5 million people, so not much stuff, but it means I get to use my power tools more, always a silver lining. And she also said, Love the Barcelona chair.
Oh, yes, the Barcelona chairs. Yeah, we'll go back to that. And that is awesome. So I want to learn more about power tools. You'll definitely have to let me know which ones you have and what you recommend for doing miniatures, because there are some that I want to put on my wish list to Santa, and I'm nervous. I've got a scroll saw, but that's about it. I want like something I can really like chop things up with. So we'll have to chat and get your feedback on that. So, okay, so a little bit about the house so you can kind of see what the design is. Now, I want to say, and I can't find the plans or else I was going to bust out the plans so you could see it, but I think the plans are from the 70s. So it was basically a plywood shell when I got it, and I painted it, and it's kind of still been like under construction ever since. I wanted to wire it. I'm still learning about wiring. So instead of letting it sit like naked for another 7 years, I need to just get it done, and I'm gonna just do LED wire or lighting throughout. So here's the thing. Now, in order for me to do the whole house, it's gonna take a while, but I want to be able to do some holiday decorating. So I'm throwing it out to you guys. What should we do? I'm saying we because you're helping me on this and like helping me make decisions. So it's collaborative kind of thing. Should we do the great room, which is living room, dining room area? Should we do the kitchen or the guest room? Now the idea is to, be able to decorate it for the holidays. So if we did something in the great room, which is the living room and the dining room, or can you zoom in on that one, Chase?
Which is the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, you might have to adjust the whole. Yeah. Just so you can see a little bit more about what this is. Now, originally, so the front door, it drives me a little crazy. Maybe not.
I got it.
Okay.
There.
It drives me a little crazy that the door is lower than the windows. So I'm going to make a custom door. I'm going to fudge it a little bit so that I can get it to be even, because it's driving me bonkers. And all the doors that I have like transom window lights above, and it makes it look even shorter. So that's why there is no door right now. There were also stairs. So there's actually a hole here for the stairs to go through, but we're going to pretend like that doesn't exist. And eventually I'm going to do a spiral staircase, and it's going to be outside mounted, and it's going to slide. So like if you have guests over and they want to use the bathroom, they can slide down here and go into the bathroom instead of having to go through the bedroom. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but to me it matters. So that being said, there's no TV. This, let me back up a little bit. So I've been calling this put earmuffs on, Chase.
It's fine. Just I don't care.
I've been calling this the Bitchin Beach House because I've always wanted a beach house. I painted it blue, and I don't want it to be very like coastally. To me, it doesn't wet my whistle. So I want it to be super cool and funky. So like rock and roll beach house with a 70s flair, since I think this house is originally started from the 70s. So that's the inspiration behind it. So no TV in here, because everyone that comes over is going to be some kind of like musician or an artist or like a cool cat. So the sofa is going to be here. I don't need a wall for a TV. We've got these awesome Barcelona chairs. These were a find. I don't even know where I got these. These have been in my collection for a long time, but they're kind of in rough shape, and I want to redo them. Like I want this to actually be like tufted, but that's going to be a whole process. It is real leather, which is a plus, but it does need a little TLC. The coffee table is going to be like a driftwood kind of coffee table, and then I might do like a built-in around the sunset sorbet settee, which I made at Guild School, which was so fun. So, and the artwork is by one of my best friends, Ashley Cassins, who actually does murals. So if you're in the Tampa area and need a mural, shout out to Ashley. So, moving on though.
Some comments.
Yes, comment.
Two.
Okay.
Freddy's Tiny Design said only use Proxon for minis.
Only use Proxon.
Or Proxxon.
Oh, is that the name of the brand of a tool? Okay, I will look that up.
She also said Proxon power tools are made for small work, not the cheapest, but definitely some of the best.
Okay, well that's good to know. Yeah, I will look at that. sometimes I like to buy the cheap thing just when I'm like testing it, but I know when it comes to power tools, you have to get the good stuff.
Nick said, I think the great room would be cool to do, or if you wanted to make the food for Christmas, you could do the kitchen. But if it was me, I'd do the great room.
Yes. Okay. So I was thinking that too, because the great room, I could do the dining room area. So flooring wise, I want to do terrazzo. This is actually a real terrazzo sample, obviously. Have I ever made miniature terrazzo? No. But do I think I can figure it out? Yes. So that would be a lot of fun. I love this color scheme. So this is kind of like the inspiration of the color scheme behind it. So grays and whites and camel. Oh,
it's fine. We're good.
Okay. Keep it tight.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just trying to adjust it.
You don't have to keep adjusting it.
Oh, wait. I can just do it.
Okay. Hold on, people.
It's fine. We're good.
But keep it down because everyone's going to get sick.
Oh, okay.
Do you need help, Chase?
I'm good.
You're good. Okay. Back to here. Okay. Sorry, guys. We're learning how to do all this technology stuff. Okay. So the flooring... Tiny terrazzo, obviously this scale is not correct, so it would be smaller than this, but same color scheme. Or I can do this little cork in here. The walls, I had this with a different kind of grass cloth, and then it was just too busy and I didn't like it, but it was left over from a project, so I tried it. So instead, I think I'm going to do this grass cloth, because it is a beach house, and it just provides a nice backdrop. This is by Innovations. Again, Innovations is winning the day. So that's kind of the idea there. Maybe if I put it back here, you can see a little bit better.
Someone named Amanda joined.
Ta-da! Oh, awesome. I know a couple of Amandas.
Amanda Garvin Smith.
Ta-da! Okay, so just to give you an idea. So this one is like it's called what's with the names? Wagoya? Like, usually the names are not this weird, Minka. So it's kind of like a grayish taupe, grayish tone. Now, I think I'm leaning towards the terrazzo. Tell me if you think that I'm making a mistake, but I'm leaning towards the terrazzo, and then I think I'm going to do this on the front porch instead. I think that kind of looks like brick.
Freddie said the great room.
Great room. Okay, vote for the great room. So if we do the great room, we can have a Christmas tree. We can do a dining room set. So I want to do, you can see here, I've always wanted like a banquette. So I did kind of a banquette in the corner. And this is tambour. Ta-da! So this would be like the backdrop. And then I do some really cute pillows. We've got a natural table, but I might make that a tulip table. That's a very classic kind of shape from, I want to say it was like the 40s. I don't remember what year that came out. But you've all seen it, the tulip table by Sarian. So we could do that there. And then we could make plates. I made these last year, but I wasn't super thrilled with how they came out. These are just made out of paper, and then you put nail polish on them and decorate them and jazz them up. But they still feel very like flimsy to me. So a miniature make that I would like to try again is to make these. This is actually a pie that I made at Guild School too. Isn't that adorable? That came out really cute. One thing I love to have on Thanksgiving is pumpkin pie. That's like my go-to. What is everybody else's go-to? So that's something that we could bake too as well. Learn how to make pumpkin pie, miniature form. Put a tree in there, do some chandeliers. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the ceiling yet, but that is the great room idea. And and then window treatment, got a leather sample here. It would just be black valances. Remember, these are going to be natural again, and this will go here like this. Okay. Kitchen wise.
Okay.
Ta-da! I'll show you this. Can you see that?
Yep. Okay. I'm just adjusting it. By the way, Nick said lemon meringue or MERINGUE.
I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what that means, Nick. I'm sorry. Oh, lemon meringue. Yeah. I'm like, what are we talking about? Oh, pie. Yeah, that's good. I haven't had that in forever. Okay. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I want to be mindful of everybody's time, so I'm going to breeze through here because actually Nick is going to jump on. We're going to share the screen, and he's going to show us a miniature that he's been working on and do a little show and tell. Okay, so I've been rambling. Okay, so then we got the kitchen, which has this really great Philip Jeffries wallpaper. I was going to rip it down, but now I'm kind of leaning towards it. I want to do cabinetry along this wall with floating shelves. It'll probably be white cabinetry. I'm going to run the same floor throughout. Do a different slide and range. I just happen to have this one, a Smeg refrigerator, just because I love them so much. Possibly I'll use the one that I have. And then wood beams in here. So that's the idea with that. Going up to the bedroom, which is here.
Give me a minute.
This.
Okay, there.
So this room is going to be pretty much the same. I love the wood on wood on wood. I've never actually done that before, but it harkens back to when I originally first got this dollhouse, and it just reminds me of that. So the scheme, so I'll probably keep a lot of it very similar. This is going to be the scheme has come off of this great note card that I got. I'm not even really sure who this artist is, but this is the scheme for the bedroom. So all the tones are pulled out of this, and then this will go behind the bed or above the dresser or something. This is going to be the drapery by Pollock. It's actually a sheer, but black and white. And then these are some other leather samples that'll turn into pillows and things. And a light pink. So right now the ceiling is a high gloss blueprint color from Bear, I want to say, but I'm going to do it in a blush tone. And then I might do a stain on the walls, but it's going to stay pretty natural. It might just be a clear coat. And then the flooring, I've got to change because this one I got from Hobby Lobby and I don't love it because it is starting to turn yellow. If anybody has a really great wood floor source that they love, like let me know. I'm always trying to find something new. And I've seen like wood veneer strips. I might do like coffee stirs. Maybe I'll do that in a chevron pattern because then we'll tie the indoors outdoors. But that's kind of the idea with the bedroom. So if we do the bedroom, then things would be like tips on making your guests comfortable when they come over to stay, how to make your bed properly. That's always good. I never actually make my bed, but I know how it should look. That's kind of that. Maybe making pillows, that. So let me know what you guys think and what you would like for me to kind of tackle next, and we'll go from there. Okay, now we're going to flip around the camera, and Chase is going to come over and sit next to me, and we are going to share our screen with Nick. You got to flip it the other way, Chase, so go and see the screen.
Oh, okay. There.
Okay, good. Okay, so, let me just tighten this up, and then, hi guys. Okay, so I think I can go like this, and then I can invite on. Chase is gonna sit. Oh, let me turn this off. Okay.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
All right. How do I? This is my little diorama I made.
It's amazing. So Nick has done a robot garage, and this is what, 1/24 scale?
1/24 scale, yeah.
Yeah, and Nick is joining us from England, and you said it's like 7 o'clock there. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. All right,
Yeah.
so let's see what you've done. I love it already. And I did get to see some other photos, so I'm partial.
Yeah. It's mostly foam board and balsa wood.
Oh.
So the garage door's actually made of corrugated paper, cardboard. So.
Oh. And did you use acrylics on it?
Yes, I did. Yeah, it's actually weathering and some burnt umber. So.
Nice.
Yeah. The door's 3D printed.
Oh. Do you have a 3D printer, or do you outsource that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
And how is that? Chase was asking me, like, I think he wants to ask Santa for one, and I'm like, well, I don't know.
No, I didn't.
But do you like having a 3D printer, or is that hard to use?
No, it was really easy. When I got it, it basically just you basically plug a memory stick in, and I mean, you don't have to design your own things. You can get them off things that are called Thingiverse.
Right.
So there's like Doll's House windows, and
you just get the
pretty much anything you want you can find on there. Somebody's designed if you don't want to do it yourself. So.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's made from a toy. Do you have Kinder eggs? They're like
Uh,
eggs, and
I,
they've got like plastic containers with toys inside.
I
That's
think so.
yeah,
That I think he does.
What do I
Yeah,
do?
Kinder
yeah,
Eggs.
yeah,
Is that the food? It's like a food with.
yeah. It's like a chocolate egg, like
Okay,
an
yeah, we got that
and
one time. It is so sweet. He loves it, but I was like, dang, this is like a sugar rush. Yeah, those Kinder
yeah,
Oh
eggs.
yeah.
Oh, and that's what you made that out of? That's awesome.
yeah. That's like kit bash things, and there's some 3D printed bookcases and
Oh, very
posters.
cool.
And she's 3D printed.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, very
and
cool.
then there's like a mixture of wood and other bits and pieces. So
So where did your concept for this come from?
I follow a lady on YouTube who actually she repairs toy robots, but like the little Tommy type size things, the little, you know, kids toy robots. And I thought it'd be quite cool to actually think if she was an actual real robot repairer, but in like 50 years time,
Right.
and this could be her workshop fixing real people's robots.
Oh, I love that idea. Did you send it to her and be like, you were my
I have
inspiration?
yeah, I sent it to her on Twitter this afternoon, but
Oh,
she's in the States as well, so I don't know whether she'll see it or not. So
oh, but she'll see it eventually, so that's amazing. She'll love it.
yeah, that's a little cat down there as well.
Oh, look at the cat. I love it. Yeah, we put animals in our dollhouses, but we don't really put too many people. But
Yeah,
every garage needs a garage kitty cat, in my opinion.
mm,
That's
yeah,
awesome. So you were saying it only took you 3 weekends to do this too?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing. I
Yeah,
wish it was.
the lady model I did hair the week before in the week, but then like I say, last couple of weekends, and then today, yeah, well yesterday, I finished it. So
Very cool.
yeah. Mm,
That's very cool. So now
yeah.
what are you going to do with it? Do you display them in your house? Do you sell them or?
Um, I need to get a display cabinet for them because I'm getting quite a few little dioramas because I usually do smaller sort of Warhammer style, sort of like 28mm models type size
Oh,
people.
wow.
So this is a bit bigger. So, but,
Yeah. But it's still, what are the overall dimensions of it?
it's probably about 12 inches by probably about 6 inches.
Okay.
So it's not massive. So
No, no massive. You can put it on a bookshelf or on a side
I mean
table.
that's basically an A4 print frame. So
Yeah. Okay. Well,
yeah,
that's very cool.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love
So
that. Thank you for sharing so much.
okay.
And Freddie said too, she uses eyeshadows to do weathering. I never thought of that. How do you keep the eyeshadow from not coming off? Do you spray it with like fixative? Or I guess it'd be like using chalk pastels. I've used that before too. So
If it was me, I'd probably drip PVA glue and water mixture onto it, and
oh,
that'd keep it in place.
that's a good
That's what you
idea.
usually do. That's what you usually do is to seal powders in, like sand and things. So
PVA glue.
yeah, well PVA you do like 1 part PVA to 3 parts water, and then you like drip it on top. So
What's
and that
PVA?
basically
Is that a
it's
different kind of glue?
white glue, Elmer's glue.
Just white glue. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. And you like dilute it and then you drip that on top. Matter.
yeah, and that seals it in. So yeah.
See, that's awesome. Maybe I can do that. Does it give it like a shine? Like I'm thinking for this terrazzo floor, like I could cut up tiny pieces of paper and then glue them onto like poster board and then do like a really thicker kind of shiny top on it. Although terrazzo is not always polished, but this could be polished terrazzo. But I need something that's going to give it kind of that topping. Maybe I do Mod Podge, but would something like that work?
I was going to say Mod Podge, shiny Mod Podge would be better, wouldn't it? Normal Mod Podge.
Okay,
Because,
right.
because you get the matte stuff. I usually use the matte stuff because I don't like the shininess. But if you get normal Mod Podge, it would actually shine it up, wouldn't it? So
Yeah. Which would
that'd
it
be
be?
better.
But I wonder if I could just dilute glue like you were saying and do something like that.
You could give it a try.
I
But
know,
some
experimental.
PVA glues do shine up, some don't. It depends which ones you get.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, I just tend to buy the cheapest I can find. So
I know. Listen, I'm guilty. Yes. I like to use it on everything and the good old glue all. But yeah,
Mhm.
well, thanks so much for sharing, Freddie. Appreciate it. I'm sorry, not Freddie, Nick. That's great. Thank you so much. And then if anybody else, I'm gonna let's see if I can close it. Let's see. Um, Not that one. I'm not sure exactly. Here we
I
go.
don't know how to do it either.
I got it, I think. Okay, got it. So if anybody else wants to come on, I would love to have you guys. We are a little out of time this time. It's 3:27, or I'm sorry, 2:37. I'm dyslexic too, if you couldn't tell. So I want to be respectful of time, but we're going to do this every 2 weeks. Thank you, Nick. I was so happy to have you. So I want this to be very kind of collaborative. That was my original idea behind it, to see kind of what I'm working on, get some feedback from you guys, because with all of our brains and creative talents, we can definitely troubleshoot, come up with some amazing things, and just see what else everyone else is kind of doing. So I'm more than happy to share the screen. If you have a design dilemma you want to throw out there to the group, a techniques dilemma, if you have a design problem in your house and you want to show off your house, like, I'm happy to give you my feedback on that. I do have a lot of experience in that regard. But yeah, that's the point. So if you want to jump on, we're going to do this again in 2 weeks. You can pre-message me and say, hey, I want to join, or just do it during the thing and we'll get you guys on here. Maybe we'll start extending them so they're a little bit longer, because I do have a tendency to talk. Yeah, 2:45. So that's a question to the group. Like, if you guys would want these to go longer, or if you're like 30 minutes is plenty, like, let me get back to my Sunday. Like, I can respect that. It's totally fine. So hope you guys had a good time. Thanks again for joining. And it sounds like we're leaning towards the great room, which I'm leaning towards that too. But it is Chase too. All right, we got 3 votes for the great room. So we'll see. I'm gonna give it a little bit of time. I'm gonna put it out there on the newsletter. So if you don't get our newsletter, sign up for that. You can go to the website, thedesignerdollhouse.com. There is also the giveaway for the doghouse template, so you can download that and the instructions for free and make it. You can make your little furry dog Santa house, like, for the holidays. But that's it. So yeah. So enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you again. Bye.
Bye.